Hello, race fans. Welcome back to the semifinals and finals races of the GR Supra GT Cup Asia Philippines Round 2. I'm your host, Gino Killiamore, a gamer, a car enthusiast, and a radio DJ as well. And with me today is a sports broadcaster, TV and events host, Apple David. Hi, Apple.
Hi, Gino, and of course, hi, race fans. Glad you could join us again, and I hope you guys are ready for an evening of intense racing. So, Gino, like what you said, you are a car enthusiast and a gamer as well. So I'd like to hear your thoughts about a competitive racing, but going virtual, esports. What do you think?
Well, first off, as a disclaimer, I know that I am a gamer and a car enthusiast, but I'm nowhere near as close to, the level of gaming that these guys that we're going to be watching in just a few minutes have achieved so far. And, I've always been a big advocate of esports, mostly because I never got into any varsity in my youth, except for badminton, which I actually kind of did. But yeah, it's great that we now have this avenue, and I mean it's been around for quite some time actually, esports, and it's just great that during this time, obviously there's a pandemic going on, so we have to limit our movement outside. It's great that we have these esports that we can cling on to, which we can do safely at home. And it not just talking about racing as an esport, but esports in general. We've all seen how massive the fan bases can be. We've all seen how crazy these esports events can get, and I'm just excited that it's garnering a little bit more attention than it was a couple of years ago. So I'm really excited to see where this all goes. And this is something that probably like you guys who are watching us right now, you're enjoying it in the confines of your own home. And even the people who are racing or who will be racing a little bit later on are doing the exact same thing. And now we can compete with each other at a distance safely. And for me, that is absolutely great. But I actually wanted to ask you something as well, Apple. I know that you hosted, the Vios Racing Festival. How does it compare to the Supra Cup?
Well, hosting the VS Racing Festival, first, that is where I appreciated speed, because personally, I am a very cautious driver. I don't really drive fast, but witnessing that,
things slow.
I like to take things slowly. But after seeing the intense racing action live, parang hindi na ako papayag na nilalagpasan na lang ako lahat ng kotse. I cannot take that. I'm more competitive. In
but
some
safe.
ways,
but still safe. Yes.
I'm not. Disclaimer: I'm not racing sa EDSA, and so kahit anong highway, no, I'm not doing that. But to compare it dito sa Supra Cup, well, I think it's just as exciting, the competition, the thrill. I just don't hear yung screeching of the tires na malapit sa akin, but it's very much thrilling. And the competition din, ako, grabe. I'm trying to annotate, but at the same time, alam mo yung napapatunganga ka kasi you're just really wanting to see what's gonna happen, who's gonna win, and who's gonna overtake who.
You're essentially at the edge of your seat the entire time as well, just like how you'd normally be on an actual racetrack. And with the sound of the tires screeching and everything, I think we can fix that. We just have to get you a really good set of headphones or noise canceling ones and then just turn up the volume, crank it up, and then you'll kind of feel that you're there. I think the only thing that we can't replicate as of now is the smell of the actual racetrack, the burning of the rubber. But maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe we'll have something a little bit more immersive. But I'm sure that a lot of people out there are excited for us to get this show on the road, yeah?
And speaking of excited and getting the show on the road, let's get things started. But first, let's check out this video.
Toyota's history in motorsports dates back to more than 60 years. Having raced in all manner of motorsports throughout the world, Toyota's major successes gained under the most extreme conditions serve as the flesh and blood for building tomorrow's cars. Now, in order to embody the concept of roads build people and cars, Toyota refines every aspect of its cars on the world's roads and unsparingly applies the knowledge and technology gained in this way as feedback. All is for building ever better cars. Holding this philosophy, which has remained unchanged for more than 60 years, Toyota continues to push the limits.
Toyota continues to build on that heritage with eMotorsports through the GR Supra GT Cup Series, a global one-make race championship with competitive stages and a knockout tournament globally. And in the Philippines, we look forward to witnessing an excitement of the eMotorsports with the promotional, sporting, and celebrity media classes battling in 3 rounds for the shot to represent the Philippines regionally.
Now, just as motorsports and eMotorsports is deeply rooted in Toyota's DNA, so is responsible driving and road safety. Even in the GR Supra GT Cup, Toyota constantly advocates for driver safety.
And this is why we encourage racers and viewers to donate any amount. Again, any amount will go a long way. And this is to be given to the students' transformation and enrichment for truth, values, integration, and promotion. And though this registration is free, we are opening the floor for donations. So feel free to give any amount you wish to donate. Toyota isn't just about ever better cars, but also about ever better lives. So please, please, please help Toyota make ever better lives and donate. For the information of everyone, the beneficiaries are actually the ones regularly bringing medical supplies such as PPE to medical frontliners, and they are also the ones that have been flying stranded individuals back to their provinces, including the students from UP.
Now, if you're just as excited as we are for what's in store, do leave a message in the comment section below. We also have a few prizes later on, so I'm sure you're going to be excited to watch out for that a little bit later. All right, and here we go. We are off to a rolling start. Now, for those of you who don't know what a rolling start is, basically the safety car will be the lead car, and it'll control the pace before entering the pit, signaling the start of the race. You can see it there. The safety car is the one that is labeled Toyota Motor PH2. Everybody else is pretty excited. Apple, we already have the list of the top 24 racers.
Okay, here are our top 24 racers, and you already mentioned about the rolling start. They got their position during this rolling start, depending on their time during the qualifiers. So if you did pretty well, then you probably got a little advantage for this semi-final round.
Yeah, now I'm sure a lot of people have seen, some familiar names in there, and I'm sure that a lot of people are cheering for them. You can see that the safety car is veering away, heading into the pit already, and the races are a go. There you go. You've got Suwa 1L Gaming heading the pack. It's gonna be a crazy race. I can already tell. Just look at how everybody's positioning. Down the first corner we go. Let's see if there's gonna be a little bit of action here. Grebus 21 close behind Suwa 1L, but he is pulling away. There's a little bit of action between Grebus and Spiro 88. Do you know? There you go. In the corner, are they going to make it? Are they going? Yep, it's a clean turn so far. Suwa 1L just holding away from the rest of the pack here.
Very early in the race, Gino, Suwa Gaming, getting a good distance. I'd say a comfortable one. Oh no!
There you go. Did you see that? That's contact, and again contact for Grebus. That's 2 times he hit different cars. He had such a good position, and now he's facing the wrong side of the track. He's trying to get back. That's not how you want to start off a race. I'm pretty sure he's feeling pretty frustrated about that. He didn't walk into this race thinking he'd be facing the wrong side of the road, but it is what it is. He hit 2 cars in a row, and unfortunately for him, that puts him at the back of the pack.
And we'll see. We'll see if he'll be able to recover. But very quickly, Gino, let's discuss about this racetrack, the Autopolis International Racing Track. This is a real track that is located at Oita Prefecture, Japan. And very interesting about it is that it is actually located in the middle of a mountain range in Kyushu, Japan. And you can just imagine the change in like temperature, the elevation changes that makes this one difficult, but again, interesting.
That's true, and you can see that, you know, a lot of these racers today seem pretty familiar with the track. Like, none of them are you know, going off track. Everybody's pretty familiar with where they're supposed to brake, how early they're supposed to turn, and everybody's got their racing line pretty down pat. As you can see, Suwa 1L is so far ahead of everyone else. It gets a little bit exciting in the midfield though, as you can see Birdleg 420 there with the Welco right behind him. Let's see what Birdleg is going to try to pull off. Very nicely done on that corner. He's trying to... Welco is really pushing it behind Birdleg 420. He's really trying to overtake at each and every single corner that he sees.
Both Birdleg and Welco trying to make some strategies to overtake Carl RGN, who is right now at second place. Again, Suwa Gaming is far ahead. He was able to get a good start and maintain it right now. But let's focus on this one, the one in the middle pack.
Yep, Birdleg 420. Oh, there you go. I think the Welco might be a little bit beside Birdleg 420. No, he's still behind him. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that at this point, Birdleg 420 is feeling a lot of pressure. It cannot be easy to have a driver that close on your tail and not make mistakes. You know, going through the chicane there, you already see that the pressure is kind of getting to them. He's kind of slipping a little bit, but he is able to hold the place. Carl RGN, I'm sure, it's funny because it's kind of like a domino effect that Carl RGN is feeling the pressure from Bird Dog, and then Bird Dog is feeling the pressure from the Welco. But so far, I'm seeing that the Welco is getting really aggressive, like really maximizing the track there.
It's trying to overtake Birdleg and catch up with Carl RGN. But speaking of pressure, Gino, I want to ask you, who do you think feels more pressure? Is it the one in front or the one in the back of the racer?
I mean, obviously there are a lot of like advantages to being the one up front. Oh, but before I get to that, the Welco just overtook Birdleg 420 on this third lap of race. Let's see if he's able to maintain that position as he's trying to go for Carl RGN now. Forever Shroom stopping in the middle of the track.
No.
There you go. He's pulling to the side. The Welco trying to go for Carl RGN's spot. Will he be able to take it? He's ahead by a little bit. Will he get to hold it? He's holding it, but Carl RGN fighting for it. No, you shall not pass, sir, as the great Gandalf the Grey, who eventually turned into the White in the Lord of the Rings, if you're a geek like I am, said, you shall not pass.
That was a solid try from the Welco, and still, Gino, he is trying. You see him. I can tell he is an aggressive racer.
I think at this point, and I think, you know, pretty much every racer, whether you're an esports racer or an actual racer, will try their best to, you know, to push as hard as they can, because in any, I mean, obviously in any competition, you don't want to end up second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth or whatever. You want to be the first one. And, you know, before these guys like the Welco and Bird Dog 420, before they even get the Suwa Gaming, they have to go through Carl RGN first. And, you know, that's the target that they've painted on his back right now. But Carl RGN, gotta give the guy props. He is holding his own. We are down to the final lap already, as you can see. Final lap of this exciting race that we are currently having in the Autopolis International Racing Circuit. There you go. We're currently seeing, I think the Welco is going to probably make his move pretty soon.
Because it's now or never. It's the final lap. This is where you just throw it out there. All your strategies, everything you got left in the tank, just show it all here.
Exactly, and you can see that he's really trying to close that gap between Carl RGN and himself. Birdleg 420 has gotten a little left behind. I don't know if he's just playing safe. Maybe he just doesn't want to be as aggressive. As I think it also pays off to just be a really consistent driver. You know, you can be as aggressive as you want to be, but with aggression comes mistakes. That's the trade-off that you have to, you know, kind of
want to make any drastic mistake at this point, for all your times are gonna matter in the.
There you go, the Welco overtakes Carl RGN, but he spins out of control. He is on the grass, and Birdleg 420 retakes his spot from the Welco. The Welco, unfortunately, his gamble did not pay off. I'm sure he's not feeling too great about that one, and he has gone off track yet again in that corner. Man.
On cue, you were just saying, you were just talking about the risk when you're being too much aggressive, and I guess that's what happened with the Welco.
You know, sometimes it's a gamble. You know, when you gamble, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. If you win, it's a great feeling. When you lose, well, obviously, not such a great feeling, and I'm pretty sure the Welco is feeling that exact same thing. And as you can see, the checkered flag is already on there, which means Suwa 1L Gaming has, you know, just burst through everyone and just coasted along to the finish line, taking the top spot for this race. The Welco ending up right behind Birdleg 420, who is right behind Carl RGN. And as you can see, we have the top 9 racers already on screen, Apple.
Yes, our top 9 racers. And for the information of everyone, we actually have 3 lobbies for our semi-finals. And what we just witnessed is one of those lobbies, and we get the top 3 per lobby to compete in our final race.
That's right. So if you're wondering, hey, you know, Suwa 1L was the first one in this race, and he's actually just number 6 among the top 9 racers, because like what you mentioned, we did race in 3 different lobbies, and his number 1 here ended up number 6 amongst everybody. Lance Padilla taking the best time out of everyone with a whopping time of 1 minute 52 seconds there. And you can see that Suwa 1L Gaming is at least 2 seconds behind him. Now, for normies, for normal people, 2 seconds might not seem like a lot of time, especially if you're driving along EDSA on a rush hour Friday during payday. But, you know, on a racetrack, 2 seconds means a lifetime.
Exactly. Gino, if you are already impressed as we are with Suwa Gaming, you can just imagine the competition when it comes to the finals, right?
Exactly. It's just gonna get crazier and crazier. All right, now I know that, you know, we mentioned earlier that we do have prizes that we're gonna be giving away. I'm sure that a lot of people are excited for that, so let's get into that right now.
All right, it is time for our first raffle. We are going to be keeping it simple and easy for the first round. And if you've been staying up to date, you definitely know the answer to this. I mentioned it, Gino mentioned it, so it's going to be an easy peasy. And the prize is a GR merch from Toyota Motor Philippines. So just type your answers in the comment section below, and we will randomly pick from the correct answers. Okay? Are you guys ready? Ready?
Yeah.
If you are, here is the question. What is our racetrack for round 2? Again, what is our racetrack for round 2? Go!
Want to know what leveled up with the new Toyota Vios? Leveled up look! Daytime running lights, 3-tier LED headlights, glossy black front grille and bumper, upgraded fog lamps. The current Vios just leveled up with a new cutting-edge exterior. The new Vios. Level up your drive.
And time is up. The correct answer is Autopolis International Racing Track, which is located in Oita Prefecture, Japan. The winner will be randomly chosen among the correct answers, and we will announce the names of the 3 winners a little bit later on. Now, Toyota is not just giving out free GR merchandise for raffle winners, it's also all about safety all throughout, especially during this time. We need to be extra careful and, of course, extra cautious. Now, with that, do you know that Toyota has actually made it easier for people and more accessible to check out their vehicles online? Toyota has its very own virtual showroom that you can check out in the comfort of your own home. You can even be in boxers while you go to the showroom. It's completely fine. Check out toyota.com.ph/showroom and check out the Toyota vehicle of your dreams now. Now is actually the perfect time to get your hands on the new Vios, which was launched last month with its new sportier exterior look with advanced features. It's the perfect vehicle for you.
And by the way, we are still open for donations. So if you guys want to help build better and safer lives for our beneficiaries, please donate to the account number flashed on the screen. We would highly appreciate your donations because our beneficiaries are the ones regularly bringing medical supplies like PPEs to our frontliners, and also the ones who've been helping stranded individuals to fly back to their provinces. So if you can help and extend a hand, you can donate through the account number on the screen. Again, thank you very much in advance. And with that, it is time to get back to the racetrack and start the semifinals for the sporting class category.
All right, and here we go again, back to the racetrack for the round 2 of sporting semifinal over at the Autopolis International Racing Course. It's going to be for sure an exciting one. As you can see, we are off to our rolling start yet again, Apple.
Yes, Gino, it is even more exciting because we actually have real racers and pro team racers on the grid. And just to mention a few of those real racers, we have Estep Rivera, Alex Brown, John Dizon, and when it comes to pro sim racers, we have Chupagetti, that's Terence Liave, Alpha Cypher, Miguel San Mateo, Mark Elman, and of course, Luis Moreno. So to the viewers out there, keep an eye on those names.
Right, so again, we are racing on the same track as we did earlier. If you were able to catch the first race that we broadcasted today. Now, as you can see, the safety car is already pulling in. Green flag on the race. Here we go. Bane 904 ahead of the pack. Let's see if he can stay that way as we go onto the first corner. Alpha Cypher already super aggressive, taking that inner corner. We saw somebody spin off. 2 cars spinning off. Bane 904 off of the track. Also, Jimmo has also spun out as well. Alpha Cypher with the super badass gamer name taking the lead on this one. Elman Cram right behind him, and Aki Kevin currently on 3rd. As you can see, these guys are obviously racing to win, Apple.
Yes, you're definitely right, Gino. And true to the expectation, like I mentioned earlier, Alpha Cypher or Miguel San Mateo is a pro sim racer, so he is definitely one to watch out for, and probably feeling a little pressure because a lot of viewers are also watching this race, probably rooting for him to win. But so far, no one really pulling away. There's a close fight between or among these 3 cars.
That's right. You can actually see the delivery of Alpha Cypher and Elman Cram are actually kind of the same, if not exactly the same. I think they're exactly the same. So it becomes a little tricky to see who's actually who without the names. Thank God there are names there. Alright, you can see them going through the chicane. It's amazing how cleanly everybody is driving. Like, you see the difference between this class and the class that we did earlier. Less mistakes despite how aggressive everyone is. We're getting a look at Bane 904 now, who is now 4th on the grid. We're actually on our 2nd lap already for Autopolis, Apple.
Actually, Gino, I think you have to disregard the rankings on their cars because we had a rolling start. Alpha Cypher.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Still with a good lead now, getting more distance, but right behind him is hold on, let me take a quick.
It's Elman Kram.
Yeah. Iman Kram.
Iman Kram.
Iman Kram.
I thought it was a small letter L. My bad. So it's Iman Kram, still behind Alpha Cypher. Pretty much haven't changed positions since a while ago. Aki Kevin also trailing behind them. We'll see if Aki Kevin or Iman Kram can actually make a move and catch up with Alpha Cypher. Although, okay, I just got word that it's actually an L. It's a small letter L, so it's Elman Kram. There you go.
Oh, okay.
All right, as you can see, everybody is just keeping pace as of now. I don't know if they're saving, whatever aggression they have for later on.
I don't know if you're getting the same feel, Gino, pero parang mas relaxed, mas smooth.
I think it's
race.
probably because, this track is, the current race that we're watching, it's being driven by pro racers and pro sim racers who have, I'm pretty sure, been through this track over and over and over again. Oh, Elman Kram. Now I'm confused. Elman Kram actually spun out. Yeah, Elman Kram has spun out, which means that we have changed positions there. Elman Kram trying to fight his way back into the position that he lost. Currently in front of Jimmo Gaming, trying to gain on Bane 904, but Jimmo Gaming is not having it. He's trying his best to get past Elman Kram at this point.
But Gino, you love what the Bane Bane 904 did when Elman Kram's car spun out. He took advantage. Nakita niyo yun, just went past him.
Lahat sila oportunista. Pag ganun, pag nakita mo na, somebody spins off the track, you don't slow down to check on how they are. You just speed up and try to gain as much of a gap or as big of a gap as you can actually, make out of it. And as you can see, I don't know if Elman Kram will still be able to catch up. There you go. We're getting an in-dash view. Well, actually, in front of car view. Look at how closely they're driving to each other. Like, if this were happening, like not on a racetrack and in the streets, there you go. Elman Kram spinning off a little bit again, and I think Jimmo Gaming is going to take advantage of that. Let's see if he will be able to capitalize on it. Nope. Oh, yep. Yes, he does.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
he does. Elman Kram getting overtaken by Jimmo Gaming. Yeah.
I'm wondering those little or like mistakes made by Elman Kram, just spinning out, going off track on his own. I think one of the reasons behind that also, I mean, obviously I can't get into his psyche per se, but you know how when it's kind of like what's that effect? When one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong kind of thing. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you try your best to make up for that mistake. So I guess he's driving a little bit more aggressively than he was when he was ahead of the pack. And so, obviously being aggressive sometimes doesn't pay off, like what we mentioned earlier. And we're now down to our final lap. He still has one more lap to, try to make up for lost time at this point. But Jimmo Gaming, at this point, I'm sure will not give up that spot easily as well, Apple. Yep, but talking about the leaders of this particular race, again, Bane 904 doing a good job right there, just cruising through. Oh no!
You can actually see him behind Aku Kevin. Yeah, he's behind Aku Kevin. I think he's trying to catch up.
Kevin, I think from nowhere, he was a little probably on the 4th and the 5th. And now he finds himself leading this race.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're dealing with, milliseconds, a few milliseconds, and somebody's taking over your spot. And with a playing field full of, pro drivers and pro sim drivers, that tiny mistake, somebody can really capitalize on it and, take whatever spot you were trying to hold. So Bay 904 still trying to catch up with Aki Kevin here. Let's see if he can, with what limited, they have 1, 2, maybe 4 more corners to go before the final stretch of road for this track. Let's see if he's able to pull off a miracle at this point.
And I can actually feel at this point of the race, it's getting more intense, especially with that view, like with the driver's view of the track.
Alpha Cypher about to cross the finish line, taking first place. There you go, with a comfortable gap between Alpha Cypher and second place as well. Bay 904 unfortunately wasn't able to catch up to Aki Kevin. Gmo Gaming, not Gino Gaming. I just made it about myself right there. But everybody crossing through the finish line. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the top 9 racers of the sporting class. Again, if you're a little bit confused, it's because we're taking all these racers from 3 different lobbies, and you can see the results right here. Alpha Cypher, who finished first on our race that we were just watching, is actually 4th in the sporting class with a time of 1 minute 52. Luis Moreno taking the top spot with a time of 1:51 and 752. All right, so we've got the raffle results. They are in. Congratulations to the winners. The names will be flashed on the screen below. You've just won for yourself GR merchandise. So keep your phones close to you because a Toyota representative will be contacting you via Messenger. Of course, keep following our page for more information about the event, playing pointers, and track tips as well. Now, these will all come in handy and, have been specifically made for your enjoyment and entertainment.
Again, if you are interested in going for something awesome like the new Toyota Vios, you can learn more about the new Toyota Vios and our other models by visiting toyota.com.ph.
That's right. Now, before we head on to the promotional and sporting class finals race, we'll have a quick break. We'll see you in a bit.
Want to know what leveled up with the new Toyota Vios? Leveled up look! Daytime running lights. 3-tier LED headlights. Glossy black front grille and bumper. Upgraded fog lamps. The current Vios just leveled up with a new cutting-edge exterior. The new Vios. Level up your drive.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
Back from the break and straight into the races, Apple, as we go on to the final heat. The finals of our promotional race. As you can see, the safety car is out yet again. We're off to a rolling start.
Yes, and so this is going to be on a reverse grid with Owen Rada is going to be in the pole position because this, you can see our top 9 racers. You want to go through them very quickly, Gino?
All right, we got Lance Padilla on first. He will end up on 9th place, essentially, in a nutshell. And as you can see, the safety car is already out. We've got the green flag. Here we go. Is no one trying to hold on to that first place? I mean, it kind of evens it out. Obviously, you've got the best racer all the way in the back. A true test of how great they are is if they'll be able to make their way to the front. Birdleg being very aggressive there. I think taking the top spot from
Right now,
Is No
yep.
One. Yes, that's right. He
He's
did.
going right there, contesting the first spot. And Carl.
Everyone's
Oh.
like, such aggressive racing in every corner. I love it. The top
Going
5 spots are just going crazy.
So at this point, you see there, just throwing in the names who are in the probably top 5 right now. You see there is Owen still right there behind Carl RGN, if I'm not mistaken, a familiar name who raced during the semis.
Yep, so he was at the very start of the race, he actually had pole position because he was at the bottom of the top 9 drivers, but he has dropped down to 3rd place. Oh, Lancer 4451 spinning out there, but he was able to get back onto the track. Birdleg 420 currently taking advantage of that lead, trying to get as big of a gap as he possibly can from Carl RGN. Is no one. There you go. Also, again, trying to fight for a better place. Suwa, 1L Gaming, and Toad PH racing side by side at this point. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. As you can see, we're currently watching the rear of Carl RGN, just so you get the grasp of how close these other cars are, no?
And Gino, take note, or a quick recap lang of last week's race. The leader of this promotional race is actually Gab Senitez. So we're not seeing his name yet on the top spot because he was probably the best, one of the last racers for this particular grid. But yeah, Gab Senitez, Lance Padilla, Lance Govalia, Clark Lalia, Jether Miole, some of the names that we expect to see to lead this race if they do. Pero right now, the ones taking the lead are still Birddog. Oh no, not
Birdleg.
Birdleg.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Birdleg 420 is still in the lead, but you know the exciting part is right behind him. There's a war going on. If you see it,
He's always right behind the first place.
I know. I think that's one of the nice things about being first is you get to stay away from the back. Oh, Carl RGN spinning out there, clipping one of the cars a little bit. Thankfully, not taking anyone out of the track along with him. But as you can see, the middle ground, all the way from 2nd place all the way till around like 7th, I would say. They're all pretty close to each other. It's just Birdleg is trying to get as much of a distance, or trying to establish as much distance as he can from everyone else. It's like si Birdleg para sinasabi niya, sige, magkagulo kayo dyan. Ako dito lang ako sa harap.
Just to give you an idea, Gino, Tape Sumimasen is actually Gab Senitez there, right? Oh, on cue. Just went out the track, but yeah, just to let our viewers know of his position right now, because again, he's one to watch since he is the leader of the race. But again, the action continues.
Yeah, I mean,
2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th spot.
it's very tricky as we go into our 3rd lap. Like we mentioned earlier, this is a reverse grid. So if you did really well in the previous race, you're gonna get rewarded by being the very last on the grid. So it's a little crazy, but it evens out the playing field a little bit. As you can see now, Birdleg is still there, but he's not pulling away as much as I guess he would like. I mean, if you saw the earlier races that we've had, I think one of the people who was able to pull away from everybody was Suwa 1L Gaming, who is currently 3rd on this race, and he was able to pull away quite a distance. The difference now is Birdleg 420 is he's pretty much on site for Is No One. Nakikita niya eh. Andyan lang siya sa harap eh. Hindi pa ganun kalayo na he doesn't even see him anymore. And I think maybe the pressure might get to him. I guess we'll have to find out. The thing with this final is we're gonna have 6 laps, right? 6 laps for this.
Right. With
6
a
laps.
1.5 multiplier for this particular round. And
Yep.
again, Gino, you're saying na kapag you can see the one leading the race on your side, it gives you more motivation eh. Na parang,
Yeah.
okay, I can still catch up to that the leader of this race.
Yeah, they're not that far away. Suwa1L Gaming, there you go. He's trying to fight with Isnoen. ToadPH sneakily getting through both of them while they were so busy with each other. Oh my god, ToadPH is just like, alright, you do you. I'm just gonna do me and I'm gonna sneak past you guys. And Suwa1L actually ends up behind everyone else because of that little skirmish that he had. And currently we have Birdleg 420 still in the lead, Isnoen on second, Lagubi on third. Lagubi has actually worked his way from the very end of our standing from earlier, right? If I'm not mistaken, Lagubi 5 was actually at the back earlier, but now, oh, Birdleg 420 has spun out and he is down to maybe 4th or 5th place at this point. Yep. Oh man, see, this is the tricky part. I mean, yes, you have the advantage of being first, but one tiny mistake is all it takes for everybody else, for these pack of vultures that are racers to just overtake, you know?
So we have a new leader right now, ToadPH from JB Cruz, and then is Owen still there? Still trying to contend at the first spot. Right behind Lance.
Lagubi is actually right behind ToadPH already. Lancer 4451 trying to make a move on Isnoen. Will it stick? I think it does. They're kind of side by side. I can't tell with this view right now. Ooh, they're going neck and neck. Oh, but the corner goes to Isnoen. We'll find out if Lancer will be able to make a move on him in the next corner. Exciting times. So close.
A lot of action, Gino.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it is the finals, so you expect all these racers to really go out there and give it their all. But again, this is a 6-lap thing. You know, we've still got a couple of laps to go. There's still so much that could happen in so little time, Apple.
Yeah, you're right, Gino. But right here, when you find yourself, or for the racers na nag-off track, how do you try to forget about what happened and refocus? You think?
You know, I mean, again, I have to reiterate that I'm not a racer, but from all the racing documentaries that I've seen, one of the really important things to do is to stay calm. I know it's underrated, I know it's easier said than done, but apparently when you're calm, you make rational decisions, and I guess you just drive better. And I think you can't let it get you down. Like if you spin out, you just try your best to get back on track and then go at it again. Like you can't let it affect the way you drive because it ends up, you know, messing with your decision making. You can see noob racers in Suwa1L Gaming there, kind of neck and neck with each other. Both, I think, from the same team, if I'm not mistaken, judging by the livery of their cars.
Now we see here, parang lumalaki na yung distance from each car, unlike kanina on the earlier part of the race, talagang battling for position right now. Kind of more distance between cars at this point.
ToadPH and Lagubi trying to catch up with ToadPH over here. We are on our 5th lap already, so if I'm not mistaken, they've got a little bit of time left to make up for whatever places they lost. If they're going to make their moves, they're going to make it now, because as I mentioned earlier, we've only got a couple of, I would say, seconds left before the end of this race. There you go, Lagubi on ToadPH's tail.
We are about to go to our final lap. There you have it. This is it, the Gino moment of truth. We are just about a few minutes, or probably a minute or two away from determining the champion for the promotional class.
Exactly. Toad PH over there, can I just say I love that there was a silhouette of a helicopter there. It kind of makes you feel like it's actually the real thing. You know, they even thought about that detail. But Toad PH trying his best to maintain this lead. And of course, Lagubi is trying to close in on that gap, seeing if he can, you know, make the most out of this situation. Birdleg 420, who was once ahead of this pack, is kind of now, I would say, like 3 cars away from the very end of this race.
Because of that little or that mistake, that one mistake he made, he finds himself in the bottom half of the race.
Exactly, and we've got a couple of seconds left for this track. Let's see if there's a little bit more action that we can squeeze out of it. This group of cars is actually pretty close to each other, so I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit of aggression will be shown here during the final turns of this track, Apple.
But right here, just to let you know, it's still Toad PH, then Lagubi 5, and then Lancer, just for the top 3 for now, unless again someone just steps on the gas and does a little magic trick.
All right, we're down to the final corner of the track. I think Toad PH will be taking this one home. Here we go, moment of truth. Toad PH takes the #1 spot for the race. Lagubi following it at a close second. Lancer at 3rd. Kapesumimasen at 4th. Crossing the finish line. Such an action-packed race, Apple.
Yep, definitely a lot of skirmish, a lot of going off track, a lot of taking over one's car. But here you go, our top 3 finisher, JB Cruz, our champion. At 2nd place, we have Lance Gubalia, and at 3rd place, Lance Padilla. What an exciting race, specifically this final race, Gino.
That's right. So our podium finishers, congratulations to you guys again. And of course, congratulations to everybody who got this far. I mean, obviously, when you're competing with, you know, a bunch of people, it cannot be easy to perform at this level. So a virtual round of applause for all of our amazing drivers who have gotten this far for the promotional class of the Supra GT Cup Asia Philippines. And of course, congratulations as well for our fastest lap awardee. This one goes to Kapesumimasen with a time of 1 minute 52 seconds, .410, and he gets to walk away with awesome GR merchandise just for being the fastest on track, at least in terms of a lap.
So Gino, with that, let's give more merchandise. It's time for our 2nd raffle of the day. Again, the prize is a GR merchandise from Toyota Motor Philippines. So if you know the answer, just type in the comment section below and you will be randomly picking from the correct answers. All right? Give me a thumbs up, guys. All right? Okay. So for our question, 2nd question. What is the point multiplier for round 2? You shouldn't have missed this one. Again, what is the point multiplier for round 2? Ready? Get set? Go!
That's right, but before we do announce the correct answer, we'll go on a short break to give you time to send your answers in.
Want to know what leveled up with the new Toyota Vios? Leveled up look! Daytime running lights, 3-tier LED headlights, glossy black front grille and bumper, upgraded fog lamps. The current Vios just leveled up with a new cutting-edge exterior. The new Vios. Level up your drive.
What do we go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the new Toyota Wigo.
And time is up. The correct answer is 1.5. Again, the multiplier for round number 2 is 1.5. The winner will be randomly selected, and we will be announcing the names of the 3 winners later on.
That's right. So you know what? Just going back to the new Vios, if you want to know more about its new sporty look and advanced features you can actually just visit toyota.com.ph. And if you're planning to get one for yourself, but you can't go to the dealer showroom, it's totally fine. You know, Toyota has its own virtual showroom that you can actually check right now. Just visit toyota.com.ph/showroom and go check out that dream Toyota car. And of course, again, we'd like to knock on your kindness or your kind hearts and ask you guys to keep on donating. The account details are flashed on the screen, and any amount will do. You know, if it's a small amount, but it's a bunch of people doing it, then it still amounts to something big. It obviously will greatly help our beneficiaries. Again, any amount will really go a long way, guys.
That's right, Gino. So please donate. And while you do that, let's now move on to the final race of the sporting class.
And here we go, Apple. We are back on the racetrack for the finals of the sporting round for the here at Autopolis International Racing Course. Wow, I actually feel like I'm there. You know what I mean? Or I'm here. If that makes sense.
I actually wish we were there. But yes, Gino, the finale, the best of the best racers in this year's GR Supra GT Cup Asia Philippines. Here are their names, our top 9 racers.
That's right. But again, just as a reminder to everybody who's watching, we are doing reverse grid. So as you can see, Jeff De Vera is 9th on that list, but he will take pole position. As we are about to start racing, we are seeing the safety car coming into the pit lane. We're going to get the green flag in just a little bit. This should be exciting. Wonderful livery on Jeff De Vera's car with his camel. There you go. You've got the green flag. Racers are racing, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful sight to behold.
Of course, just a couple of names, Gino, that we have. Of course, I like those yung start pa lang. Sino ba dito yung kailangan kong bantayan? I'm always aabangan kayo. Ayan na. You know, that speed. Just to name a few, of course, Luis Moreno, Estefano Rivera, and even Alpha Cypher, if you remember his name. That's Miguel San Mateo and Aki Kevin. I'm sure they want to really, yung pinaghirapan nila the first 2 rounds, kailangan, you put the same effort and hopefully get the same result here in the final.
That's right. As you can see, Bay 904 is already trying to close in on Chupagetti here. Let's see if he gets it. But Chupagetti actually pretty used to this kind of pressure, so he successfully defends his position. Bay 904 unable to pass. As of this point, there you go. If I'm not mistaken, there you go. Jeff De Vera already losing first place to Corban Guerrero. Corban Guerrero aggressively taking that away from him, and he's trying to make that gap grow between them, because the minute na magkaipitan na yan dyan, mapapadali para kay Corbin yan eh. Like, if he gets a little bit of breathing room, there's less pressure on him, he gets to drive better, less mistakes are made.
And at the same time, Gino, if you see the cars or Jeff De Vera Jeff, yes, nasa likod mo, tapos sunod-sunod sila, you also think na those top racers in the last round, ibig sabihin, they're slowly getting their way to the top part. And then I think that's gonna add more pressure psychologically. Oh my gosh, eto na sila.
All right, we are in dash with Luis Moreno. As we can see, he's right behind Chupagetti. Let's see if he can actually catch up. Here we go. Oh, Bay 904 is right on his tail as well. Here we go. There's Apple, I can already tell there's going to be a lot of action for this one, because all the cars are all bunched up together. Alpha Cypher, Chupagetti, Aki Kevin, and of course Luis Moreno right in there as well. one tiny mistake and somebody will capitalize on that. That's one thing I can guarantee.
Yes, and you don't want to make this mistake or these mistakes at this point. No, just like that.
Did you see what Luis Moreno did there? He actually went in between the Chupagetti and I believe that was Bane Sandwich. He went in between both of them. One of the cars went a little bit wide and he took advantage of that and he was able to make his way past them. Now he's got his eyes set on Alpha Cypher, who in turn has his eyes set on Jeff De Vera right in front of him.
Alright, so again, as expected, Gino, it's pretty intense itong finals race natin. And Luis Moreno, I mentioned his name kanina pa lang, making his presence felt. Talagang pinipressure na niya yung mga nasa unahan niya ngayon.
That's right. There's a lot of pressure. Alpha Cypher taking that one from Jeff De Vera. But Luis Moreno is coming on his right. Will he be able to go through? Luis Moreno overtakes Jeff De Vera. Also at this point, I believe Chupagetti has also gotten past Jeff De Vera, who was initially first in the race, but Corbin Guerrero is still sitting at number 1. Let's see if Alpha Cypher and Luis Moreno can make their moves on him. Chupagetti has also worked his way up. He is currently, I believe, fourth on the grid, right behind Luis Moreno.
So right now, Gino, we are going to anong lap na ba tayo ng ating final race? We are going for 6 laps, correct?
6 laps for the final race, and of course, just like what we did with the race just before this will have a 1.5 multiplier as well. Luis Moreno really tailgating Alpha Cypher like anything. Yung mga distance na literal piso, hindi mo kaya ipasok sa gitna nilang dalawa. That's how much pressure is happening. He's racing right beside Alpha Cypher, but Alpha Cypher is able to hold him at bay. Let's see how long he is able to keep that up though. Corbin Guerrero still a little bit comfortable in front. Driving cleanly, driving without any mistakes so far, so he's able to hang on to his first place as of the moment.
You know, Gino, what's interesting with racing is that hindi lang yung strategy mo yung ang daming factors to consider aside from your strategy, your own skill, the skill of your competitors, and ito pa, the weather condition, specifically dito sa Autopolis track. Like I mentioned, I think during the first race of today, it's located in the middle or on the side of the mountain. So yung uphill, downhill, and I heard that sometimes half of the track foggy, half clear, so a lot of races gets called off. So you can just imagine the difficulty level ng track na to. But these pro racers, real racers, I don't think they're having a difficult time going through it.
No, that's right. And thankfully, it is a clear day on the track today. So that's one of the things that they can tick off of their list of, stuff to worry about in this race. So far, Corbin Guerrero is being able to hold on to his first place, driving very, very cleanly. Luis Moreno trying to make his move on Alpha Cypher right there, trying to squeeze in as much of that corner as possible. Chupagetti also trying to get into the fray. This should be very interesting. We still have a couple of laps to go, if I am not mistaken. So there's still a little bit of time for people to make their moves on whoever is directly in front of them. Now the pressure is on Corbin to keep that first place position. Luis Moreno taking over Alpha Cypher on that corner. There you go. Yep. It is now between Luis Moreno and Corbin Guerrero. Luis Moreno now on second place. Alpha Cypher on third. Chupagetti on fourth. Bane 904 following behind Chupagetti as well. Now the question is there enough time for Luis Moreno to make his move on Corbin Guerrero? I guess we'll have to find out. Or will Alpha Cypher be able to take it back from Luis Moreno?
Gino, halos hindi na ako makahinga. I'm holding on to my seat, just really like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next?
Yep, and as you can see, we're currently in front of the hood of Bane 904. There is about, I would say, maybe like a 1 to 2 car gap between him and Chupagetti, but that's literally like milliseconds. And now we're on our 5th lap. Again, this is a race of 6 laps, so we've got one more lap right after this. So far, no movement, but everybody's been, driving pretty close to whoever is right in front of them. Just waiting to capitalize on one mistake.
And that one mistake is what the competitors are waiting for. Pero Koyo, that's the last thing you'd want to happen. Kung you think, okay, I'm close to the finish, konti na lang, but then you don't want to make. How does that affect your mindset as you go through the final laps of the match? Kaya a lot of questions sa'yo, Gino. Expecting that since you're a gamer and a car enthusiast, kasi these are the questions the reporter side of me would want to ask.
I know, and I'd love to be able to answer you as correctly as possible, but it is based. Oh no, Corbin Guerrero has spun out, and he has lost first place. He is now down to, I believe, 3rd or 4th. We'll check in on that a little bit. See, that is the problem with being first. The pressure falls on you. It falls on you, and Luis Moreno is now ahead of the pack at 1st place. Alpha Cypher right behind him. Chupagetti on 3rd. Bane 904 on 4th.
And so we are approaching the final lap, and after I say that, here we go, final lap, Gino. Let's see if these 4 men who are on the upper half of the race will maintain their positions, or are you even more action?
It's too soon. It's crazy because it's the final lap, but it's honestly too soon to tell, because one little mistake and you could find your way at the very back of the pack. So
this is what happened to Corbin Guerrero in that
exactly,
lap.
and he was doing so well. He had 1 lap to go. He could have held on to it. Unfortunately, he went off track, and Luis Moreno very happy to capitalize on that mistake, as you can see here. Alpha Cypher really trying to close in on him. He must be feeling a tremendous amount of pressure at this moment.
I don't want to be in either of their cars right now.
No.
I can just imagine the psych or the mind games they're trying to play, or the things that they're telling themselves. Okay, what do I do? How am I going to do this? If I do this, then this and that.
And that is why we are commentators and not race car drivers, Apple.
That's the takeaway for us.
Our psyche cannot handle this level of stress and competition. And as you can see, Luis Moreno kind of breaking away from Alpha Cypher, but Chupagetti really putting the pressure on Alpha Cypher right about now. You can see him really closing in on that gap. Bay 904 on his tail as well. We'll see. We're down to our final corner. I think Luis Moreno will take this one. If Alpha Cypher gets through this corner well, then he should be taking home 2nd as well. And here we go. We're down to our final stretch of road.
Very consistent. Luis Moreno, just a reminder, he was actually in the very last spot because of the reverse grid, but right now he's in the 1st place.
Yep, that's right. He went home and took it all the way home. Congratulations to Luis Moreno, the champion of the sporting class. Of course, Miguel San Mateo coming in at 2nd place, and Terence Liave at 3rd place. Well done, gentlemen. All right, and of course we also have our fastest lap, which goes to Terence Liave. Terence Liave with the fastest lap gets to go home with GR merchandise. Now, Luis Moreno, being the champion of this class, by the way, gets to take home a DJI Osmo Pocket. And Miguel San Mateo, I believe, will bring home GR merchandise as well, being at 2nd place. And Terence Liave actually gets to go home with GR merchandise because he got the fastest lap. Mm-hmm. And because he's on 3rd, I believe he takes home an amazing backpack. There you go. Congratulations. Such a well-raced race.
Yes, definitely. It was exciting. It was thrilling. At one point, it was actually unpredictable. So, yes, a big congratulations to all the top finishers and as well as all the racers who competed in this year's Supra Cup Philippines.
And hey, if you're looking for a crossover SUV perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle, Toyota just launched the all-new Corolla Cross. Now, three things you have to know about this vehicle. Number one, it has a crossover hybrid variant.
And an Apple CarPlay.
I see what you did there. Android Auto as well, and smart device link. And the third and final thing, it's a package of active safety features. You can assure a secured ride from start to finish. So you can check it out now at toyota.com.ph/Corolla Cross.
Gino, guess what? The raffle results are in. So congratulations to the winners. You can see your names on the screen and you just won yourself a GR merchandise. So keep your phones close to you. Keep them on because we will be contacting you via Messenger. So keep following our page for more information about the event, playing pointers and track tips. And this will come handy and have been specifically made for your enjoyment and entertainment. Before we wrap things up, we will pause for a short break. Stay there.
Want to know what leveled up with the new Toyota Vios? Leveled up look. Daytime running lights. 3-tier LED headlights. Glossy black front grille and bumper. Upgraded fog lamps. The current Vios just leveled up with a new cutting-edge exterior. The new Vios. Level up your drive.
Man, what an amazing set of races we were able to be a part of, Apple. I'm still pretty high on the excitement of just everything that happened today. It was such an action-packed series of races, and I'm pretty sure that everybody at home who is watching this also feels the same way.
I totally agree with you, Gino. I myself enjoyed by merely watching at the same time annotating this race with you. Thank you to you, partner, for this
thank you.
Wonderful experience. And again, I'd like to invite everyone to donate and help the cause of Toyota Motor Philippines if you guys want to help build better and safer lives for our beneficiaries who are the ones who've been delivering PPEs to our frontliners and at the same time helping out our stranded countrymen fly back to their provinces. Again, you can keep your donations coming and I thank you in advance.
That's right. So please, no matter what amount it is, it goes a long way. But just going back to the racing, Apple, I'm super excited about this because, the overall champion, in case you guys didn't know, actually gets a chance to represent the Philippines. All right, in the regional Supra GT Cup Asia, which is going to be held in Singapore. So it's going to be one of those moments where you get to carry this virtual flag and just stand tall and stand proud for the Philippines. Hey, but don't forget, by the way, sign up and registration for race 3 will be opening September 1. So if you were able to join round 2 and even round 1, or if you found yourself at any point of this video saying, "Mas magaling ako dyan eh. Kaya ko yan eh." Or if you didn't place or you didn't rank, you can actually go ahead and do that. Again, it will be open on September 1. Now, points are now going to have a multiplier of 2. So it's ×2 for all the points. So you have an even better chance the next time around. So I hope that you guys out there, if you feel like you're better drivers, or if you just feel like maybe I'm lucky, maybe I'll get away with it, maybe Apple and Gino will talk about me while I crash my car into the side. I don't know. Whatever your drive is, go for it. Register.
That is right, Gino. Or maybe you and I can actually register.
That's true. Wink, wink.
But of course, there are a lot of opportunities for you in the coming days. So keep practicing, keep playing, and keep racing.
That's right. One of the reasons why we're actually going to be saying goodbye is I'm going to go on over and apply whatever I've learned from the races thus far to my own driving technique. So with that, thank you once again to everybody who's been watching. My name is Gino Killiamore.
My name is Apple David. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again next week.
Bye, guys.